Michaela Vernava for Nesson Fuel, and I'm joined by Carl Edwards. Carl, welcome to Boston.
Hey, thanks for having me, Michaela. This has been a lot of fun so far.
It has. We just got off the USS Constitution. What did you think of the boat?
Well, Odell and the guys that gave me the tour, that was unreal. I mean, they had to basically drag me out of there. So it's crazy to think of all the guys that fought for our country on that ship, and the fact that Boston keeps it here and makes sure that it's displayed to the public. I think is really cool.
Why did you want to do this historic tour of Boston?
Well, I mean, I really believe in our country and the liberties and freedoms that we have and that people have died for to protect. So for me, to get to do something like this, I can't thank New Hampshire Motor Speedway enough to get to learn a little bit about Boston, about our country, and I mean, this is as good as it gets. Get to talk about racing and learn about those things.
What really struck you the most on the ship?
What really struck me the most was almost literally struck me is the ceiling height is very low. I mean, those guys were down there, manning those guns, 9 to 14 guys at a time, with about a 5'5" ceiling, and they said it was total silence. In the middle of battle, everyone had to be quiet so they could hear orders, and I just can't imagine what that was like.
Now, you spent a good amount of time in Boston earlier in your career. What are your impressions of the city?
So I got introduced to Boston by the Fenway Sports Group, John Henry, and all the great folks there, and it's a cool place. I mean, I've had a lot of fun here. Spent some time at Fenway, and I just always feel really welcome here in Boston.
Now, you said that you threw out a first pitch at Fenway Park at a Red Sox game. How would the crowd at Fenway compare to the crowd at a race?
Well, the crowd at Fenway is there are a lot of similarities. The crowd just about a little over an hour north at New Hampshire Motor Speedway is a very savvy crowd. They know what they're watching. They understand racing, just like the folks at Fenway understand baseball. So it's a place when I race in New Hampshire, I know that I have to bring my A game because these people know what's going on.
What are you expecting out of the race when you head up to New Hampshire Motor Speedway shortly?
So we'll be up in New Hampshire at the race on July 17th. It's a tough race. I mean, it's a deceptively simple racetrack, but it's very difficult. It's hard to get everything right there, and I know because I haven't won yet. So hoping to get that first victory.
What's it going to take?
Well, I have to do everything perfectly, and you have to have a great car. I've got great Toyotas right now, and you got to have a little bit of luck there. It's a tough place.
Are there any races that maybe if you had a chance to take back, there's something you learned from them that might be able to help you?
So, yes, any race car driver will tell you that you always remember the things that you did wrong or the ones that got away. I crashed a really good race car in practice at New Hampshire into turn 3. I think it was 2008, and that was probably the dumbest thing I've done up there because I think that was a race-winning car. You can't look back.
Now, you're a really physical guy. How long do you think is the longest race you could possibly do?
As long as you had some food, you can race for a long time. I mean, there's guys that do the Baja 1000 and all that stuff, but these races are tough, and they're getting tougher. The competition is tougher. The cars are getting faster and faster, and so the fitness part of it is important, and more guys than ever are working hard on that aspect.
Well, speaking of your physicality, did you consider doing any backflips off the ship?
It's warm enough. I thought about going in the water, but I don't know. What were you thinking about that, or what were?
I don't think I could do a backflip.
Oh, well, you could, from that height, I mean, you could at least get halfway over into the water.
Well, now you know that the Constitution is nicknamed Old Ironsides. Yep. After hearing a fierce nickname like that, are you reconsidering Cousin Carl at all? You think you maybe need a new one?
That's a great question. Yeah, Cousin Carl just doesn't have the same ring to it as Old Ironsides, but I don't know. You have something in mind, or are you just making fun of my nickname?
No. I like the nickname. I just didn't know if Old Ironsides left a lasting impression.
Yeah, it's a tough ship. Sounds a lot tougher than Cousin Carl. Cousin Constitution just doesn't have the ring to it.
I think it sounds kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, well, it's a good name. The Constitution is what makes our country what it is. All joking aside, to think that George Washington fought for the funding of that and named the ship and it defended our country, that's pretty cool.
Carl Edwards, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
All right, thanks.